My name is Soleil and welcome back to my channel. It is the year of the dragon and it is the year that we bring back Draconathon. If you are a lover of fantasy, of all things dragons, draconic creatures, wyverns, then this is the readathon for you. So we will be reading dragon books all throughout the month of August this year. This is a readathon that I co-host with my friend Jade over on her channel, Jade Juniper. We have done this readathon for a couple of years now. We had to take a couple of years off. We weren't sure if we'd be able to bring it back, but we are back and we're better than ever. And what better year to read a dragon book than in the year of the dragon? So we have 5 bookish prompts as well as 5 activity prompts. The entire point of this readathon is to read dragon books. So all of the books that you would be reading along with these prompts would include dragons. You can do as many prompts as you want. You can do as few prompts as you want. And this year is especially fun because with each book and or activity that you complete, you will be collecting gems. So we have a special spreadsheet that we've created for this readathon where you will be tallying up the prompts that you complete as well as checking off different bonus actions. And with each of those and with each page that you read, you will be collecting a gem. Then at the end of our readathon, if you would like to enter in our raffle, then you can submit a screenshot of your gem spreadsheet. However fulfilled it is, it does not need to be complete. You do not have to have the most gems. Just show that you participated in some way and you'll be entered into a special raffle. I'll go through that in more detail, but first let's go over the basics. So we have 5 bookish prompts. The first prompt is Snapdragon. So this prompt is to read a book with spells in it. You can interpret these prompts however you please. It doesn't have to pertain to the book cover or what's in the book. It can be either. And just have fun with it. Just make sure that you're reading a book that obviously has dragons or some kind of draconic creature. The next prompt is Cherry Blossom. So this would be a book that features nature. Then Forget Me Not. So this would be a dragon book that is the oldest on your TBR that you've been meaning to read for ages and haven't gotten to. Then we have Gardenia. To complete this prompt, read a book that has love in it. So this could be any kind of love, any form of love, whether that is romantic love, platonic love, familial love, found family, as long as it portrays some kind of love. And the last prompt is Daisy. So this is to read a dainty book, a small or short book that is under 250 pages. You can read as many of the prompts or as few of the prompts as you would like. You can combine prompts. Just read dragon books and have fun with us. Then we have our activity prompts. So the idea of the activity prompts is to have fun with them, do some extra creative activities, and celebrate dragons, as well as get some extra gems for your spreadsheet. The first activity prompt we have is Dragon's Meadow. To complete this prompt, take a photo with a book and a flower in it. Then we have Dragon's Den. So this is to organize and clean your shelves. The idea of this is kind of like a refresh, a spring cleaning, getting ready for summer, cleaning some of the dust off your shelves. Then we have Dragon's Breath, which is mindfulness. So you can interpret mindfulness however makes the most sense in your life, whether that is doing meditation or yoga or doing a mindfulness exercise or taking a moment out of your busy day to color and just focus on a coloring activity or focusing on a craft activity. Basically taking a moment just for yourself to breathe, to do something mindfully. This activity can be however short or long that you want. Make it your own. Then we have Dragon's Hatchling. So this is to do a craft. You can do any kind of artistic, crafty, fun activity that you would like and make it dragon related. So you can draw a dragon, you can crochet a plush dragon. What I'm going to try to do, we'll see how cursed it looks at the end of the month. You can do a dragon puzzle. You can make a clay dragon. You can be as creative as you want. And then last of all, we have Dragon's Feast, which is to make some kind of dragon themed food, beverage, or snack. So for the first year that we did Draconathon, we all made fire flakes, which is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's a lot of different recipes online. They were really delicious and fun to make. One year I bought these cheese puffs that were called dragon puffs that were really spicy. One year we made like purple drinks. You can make a cookie with a dragon on it. You can make something with dragon fruit. Whatever your heart desires. So now let's talk about the raffle. So in order to enter the raffle, you basically just need to take a screenshot or a photo of your spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be completed for every single prompt. You can do as many of the prompts as you want. You don't have to have a ton of gems as long as we can see that you participated in the readathon in some way. So take that screenshot and send it over to us on our Instagram account at Draconathon. All of that information will be linked down below. We tried to make the spreadsheet as fun and user-friendly as possible, so you can find the link to the spreadsheet down below. You make a copy of the spreadsheet, open it up in your own Google Drive folder or download it as a Excel document and fill in the information. So you can put in the book title and the pages, and also if the book has marginalized representation. Then this will automatically show you how many gems you have collected for this. And then you can also select when you have completed the book, which also gives you some bonus gems. Then for the activities, it's the same thing. You check off when you've completed an activity, and that gives you a certain amount of bonus gems for said activity. And at the end, it calculates a total number of gems. It's also a great time to remind you that we also have a Discord that has been active for the last few years since we started Draconathon. It's remained active, and it's a really great community over there of a lot of people who love books about dragons, media about dragons, TV shows, movies. We have quite a compendium of dragon books already that we have in a Google Doc down below, so you can check that out. It's been crowdsourced both by myself and Jade, as well as the amazing participants we've had in the last couple years of Draconathon. Every year when we find more books that fit into the new prompts, we include those books under the new prompts. You can also find prompts of previous years to find some new books, and there's a whole treasure trove of new dragon books to discover every year. For the raffle giveaway, we will be randomly selecting one winner who will be able to choose out whichever kind of Draconathon merch they would like from Redbubble. So we are so fortunate to have our amazing Draconathon logo that was designed by Bashful Sketches. So Bashful Sketches has a Redbubble page. You can go on there and see all the different products you can get with the Kaida, which is the name of our dragon, design on them. For this raffle, you can choose anything up to a cap of $40 off of Bashful Sketches Redbubble page with our Draconathon designs. There's a lot of really fun things on there. I know Jade already has a pillow. Redbubble does international shipping, and we of course will also be paying for the shipping of this item. If you want to check all of that out, you can see the links down below. This year we are also starting something very new and exciting, which I cannot wait to announce, which is that we now have a Fable book club as well. So the Fable book club is Dragons and Draconathon. You can find us over on Fable, and our link is down below, where we will be reading one dragon book a month all year round. So unlike in previous years, Draconathon won't be kept to just 1 month a year. You can join us in buddy reading some dragon books throughout the whole year. Our first pick will be a buddy read for the month of August, so you can join us reading that book if you would like. You do not need to read the buddy read with us in order to participate in Draconathon, but if you want to read along with us and read one book all together, then you can head on over to Fable and join our club. We can all talk about it together. So the book that we've selected for the first month of our Fable book club, which also fulfills a couple prompts, is To Shape a Dragon's Breath. This book is written by Moniquil Blackgoose, and it fulfills 3 of the Draconathon prompts. As I said, you can double up on as many prompts as you want as long as the book fills those prompts. This fulfills the Snapdragon prompt for spells. There is a type of magical alchemy in here, as well as a magical academy. This also fulfills the Gardenia prompt for love. There is both queer and polyamorous love featured in this book, as well as the cherry blossom prompt for nature. There is both nature displayed on the cover through these floral designs, as well as heavy descriptions of nature throughout the entirety of this book. So what is this book about? Let me read a little bit of the back cover description for you. So this is about a young indigenous woman who enters a colonizer-run dragon academy and quickly finds herself at odds with the approved way of doing things. And this is the first book in a new fantasy series. The author is also indigenous and represents a lot of the indigenous community that she was raised in this book as well. This book does cover some heavy content, so we definitely recommend you check out the content warnings, which we have listed here, and we will have listed on the Fable page as well. If you want to know a little bit more, there are a lot of reviews online where you can get a little bit more information about these content warnings. Now, without further ado, let me talk about the books that I will personally be reading for Draconathon. So I will be reading To Shape a Dragon's Breath, both for the Snapdragon prompt for spells, as well as the Cherry Blossom prompt for nature. Then for the Gardenia prompt for love, I will be reading the Phi Hunter. This dragon book is heavily inspired by Thai culture as well as Buddhism. Martial arts is featured heavily as well, and it includes a quest. This book has a couple of content warnings, so if you're interested, definitely check out those. In this, our main character is a Phi Hunter. So they are a demon hunter, and they are hunting both demons and ghosts. They end up running into someone along their journey, and the two of them begin a quest together. Next, for the prompt Forget Me Not, which is the oldest book on your TBR, I will be reading Phoenix Extravagant. So this is by Yoon Ha Lee. This book is about a non-binary artist and revolutionary. When they're recruited into the army to become a fighter, even though they want to be an artist and a painter, they discover the government's horrific crimes. And they also discover the source of the magical pigments that the government has been using. This book includes a dragon automaton, which I think will be fun. And last of all, for the Daisy prompt for a book that is under 250 pages, I'll be reading The Last Dragon of Beaubazar. So this book is 119 pages, and this book is based off of Indian folklore, I believe. So it takes place in the city of Calcutta, where the main character Rue and his parents are descended from nomads. Rue dreams of dragons and soon begins to realize that Rue's house and his family have been hiding a myriad of secrets. So then he begins to question where he and his family have come from and where their story begins. This one sounds fascinating and I cannot wait to read it. Now here I have a few additional book suggestions that I will not be reading but sounded really interesting to me and fulfill some of these year's prompts. So first up we have Call of the Dragon. So this book fulfills the Daisy prompt because it is 243 pages. This is by Jasmine Waltz, and it is basically an action adventure that is the start in a new series. It starts off with a young woman who basically had to crawl up from a life in the slums and then decides to become one of the best treasure hunters in the land. Then she is faced with an impossible choice of whether she wants to break into a dragon rider's home and steal a priceless artifact, which ends up being a dragon egg. Another option for the short book prompt is Spirits Abroad by Jen Zhou. This actually contains 19 short stories throughout this collection. So although the entire book collection is 347 pages, if you chose to read a part of it or just some of the stories, that could count towards a dainty read. The newer edition of this also is an extended version of a previous shorter collection of these stories. So the new edition has 9 additional stories. So if you're able to find the older edition, I'm pretty sure that that one is under 250 pages for that entire edition as a whole, because it's about like half of the amount of stories. So there's quite a lot of different kinds of dragon stories within this. There are probably some in here that also apply to the other prompts for this year, one of which is an earth spirit, so that probably has some of the nature prompt in it as well. Then there's also an outer space like type of odyssey. Maybe that has some kind of spells in it. You'll just have to read and find out. Another book that sounds absolutely amazing is Between Dragons and Their Wrath by Devin Madsen. This is the first in a trilogy. This would both fit into the Snapdragon spells prompt as well as the Gardenia love prompt. This is a rip-roaring epic fantasy with dragons, alchemic magic, and forbidden romance that unfurls as 3 people in a shattered empire become entangled in looming revolution, as the old kingdom has been split into city-states, and there are those that seek to reunite the shattered realm by force if necessary. This one sounds amazing as well. Then we have The Guardian by Erin Lee. So this is about a human with dragon magic. So this would fit into the Snapdragon spells prompt. This is about a dragon who's desperate for his magic to return, the promise of revenge that ties them together. One of only 10 humans with dragon magic is 17-year-old Alvis, who's forced to hide his identity as a talisman wielder when all he wants is to fight alongside the resistance group. That one sounds amazing as well. Then we have I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle. So this is a cozy fantasy that has some elements of love for the Gardenia prompt, as well as I believe there's a wizard in it. So that would cover the Snapdragon spells prompt. And there are so many other amazing dragon books out there, and our prompts are pretty far reaching. So hopefully you will be able to find a dragon book that matches one of the prompts. As I said before, this is about having fun. This is about reading books about dragons and enjoying them. So you can make the prompts work for you. You can interpret them however it makes the most sense for you. We want you to have fun. If you have any questions about the Readathon, feel free to leave comments down below. You can also reach us over on our Draconathon Instagram if you have any questions there. Everything that I talked about will be linked down below. You can find the link to the spreadsheet, our Fable book club, Dragons and Draconathon book club, our Discord page, our Instagram, and of course my amazing co-host Jade Juniper. All of that will be linked down below, as well as a little refresher of what our prompts are in case you don't want to open up the spreadsheet. We'll have the book prompts and the activity prompts down below. We really hope that you will join us on this fun-filled adventure and quest, and join us in reading dragon books throughout the month of August. And if you want to read books about dragons all year round, you can join our book club. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to be reading some dragon books with you in August. Bye!